Fresh Squeeze takes AFC Divisional round, Sean. 2 unbelievable matchups. Unbelievable. Obviously, Ravens-Bills to me is the game of the weekend.
1 unbelievable.
You don't think your boy Coleridge IV can go in the Arrowhead and show up?
Absolutely not. 0% chance.
All right, let's start out there. Rematch. Now, same 4 teams in the AFC Divisional round, Sean. Different matchups. Obviously, we saw Chiefs-Texans. They were sandwiched in that 3 games in 11 days, thanks Goodell's spot.
Yeah.
Now, teams over the last decade who have rematches and teams that won the first round, which would be Chiefs beating the Texans earlier, are 42-24 straight up. That's 64% straight up. And 35-29-2 against the spread in the rematch. So just give me your thoughts here. Obviously, you're not optimistic on the Texans.
As I mentioned, like before I even knew those numbers, those trends, this is a tall task to ask of the Texans going on the road against Andy Reid with an extra day.
We haven't seen these boys since Christmas.
Extra week to prepare. We
2
talked
extra
about
weeks.
Yeah,
You got Kelsey's interviewing LeBron. That's how he's relaxed he is, dude.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
No, it's true. And that much time for Andy Reid to prepare is diabolical.
Maybe we got our boys. Pete, you mind looking up Andy Reid off a bye? Because this is special. This is a super bye. This is a super bye.
Then Chris Jones and those guys are going to be able to get pressure on an offensive line that has been struggling for the Texans. This is a very, very difficult ask.
Let me throw one thing at you. The Texans are 14-4 against the spread in the first half. Is this game likely decided by intermission?
No, because no game all year for the Chiefs has been decided by intermission.
Fair.
And the total is right around 41 and a half, 42 and a half. So this is expected to be like a 2016, 23-16 type of game from the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see any easy path for the Texans scoring any points. Joe Mixon has fallen off a cliff the last 6 weeks. He hasn't been producing on the ground, and he's not going to produce.
Second best stiff arm wild card weekend.
Against that Kansas City Chiefs defense, he's not going to be able to produce on the ground. Nothing is going to come easy on that side. They are going to need dynamic guys to beat the Chiefs, and their dynamic guys are hurt. Diggs is hurt. Tank Dell is hurt. Nico Collins is the only guy, and if Spags has to worry about slowing one guy, the front with Chris Jones and the boys are going to be able to slow Mixon. They are going to be able to get pressure on Coleridge, Stroud. I think it's a very tough afternoon. Him to throw interceptions, minus 140. I would look into that if you're looking for a ticket.
Yeah, 2 interceptions to that point, CJ, round 1.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back.
They have a really hard time scoring, and same thing we've seen from the Chiefs. No big risks. They'll slowly control the ball, methodically move the ball up the field.
Kind of
Bills
Broncos-esque?
Yes, exactly. That's where they blew them out.
No, but that was close. I
think the game looks a lot like it did when they played them a couple weeks ago.
But to that point, 3 lead changes, never more than 1 score separating the teams in that game. 8-point outcome, 7.5.
Oh, you're talking about Chiefs-Bills.
No. I was saying Broncos-Bills was like the Bills kind of lulled them to sleep, took to the third quarter. That's maybe what the Chiefs do to the Texans. But just curious, because it was a 3 lead change game a couple weeks back. Are you taking anything from that round 1 in Arrowhead?
I think the Chiefs are a massive teaser leg you could put in. Like I said, off the top, 0% chance the Texans go into Kansas City and get a W.
Mahomes 15-3.
Andy Reid 29-5 off a bye, straight up.
It's not happening.
Ridiculous.
Appreciate that. All right, let's get to clearly the better matchup.
Yes.
This we've seen now. Let's talk out the gate. The line flipped from a betting perspective.
Yep.
The whole world seems to be on the Ravens. Now we're talking about Buffalo as a home dog. It's still around 1.5. I don't know if you see any 2s out there.
I haven't seen a 2 yet.
So this is a fascinating matchup. I just want to throw it to you because, again, this could go either way. Obviously, we saw this matchup as well earlier in the season, and the Ravens, sun up to sundown, cooked the Bills. Cooked them. It was a coaching mismatch. Lamar looked comfortable.
Derrick Henry ran all over him.
Exactly. So talk to me about this matchup and even the line flipping from a betting perspective.
Talk about the line flipping. Lamar Jackson as an underdog, when opens as an underdog, is 17-3 ATS.
Mm-hmm.
You never like to see, if you're a Bills fan, be the favorite and then it go all the way through 0 and then make the Baltimore Ravens a 1.5 point favorite on your home turf.
Yep.
all year long, Josh Allen has been able to be the one-man band. And he's been able to get the ball to Shakur. That's his guy. And he's been able to distribute a little bit. But more times than not, it's been him doing what's necessary, especially on 3rd and 4th down, to move the chains and do what they want to do offensively.
Yeah.
First of all, as you mentioned about them not pulling away till the second half against the Broncos, that Broncos D is good.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as good as the Ravens. The back half of the year.
Number one rush D right now.
Ravens have had the best defense the last 6-7 weeks in the NFL, bar none.
Yep.
That 4th down play, first of all, pretty clear to me that kid's leg is out of bounds before he completes possession. And you could say what you want.
Yeah.
For me, by the time he gets full possession of the ball, his leg's out of bounds.
Yeah.
That changed the game. They don't convert that, we might even be talking about a different thing. And those are the plays that Josh Allen has made all year long to put him as the favorite to win the MVP and to put them to be able to host a divisional game against the Ravens at home. Plays like that, he's not going to be able to make, in my opinion, against the Baltimore Ravens. These are the games where you need a little extra help on the talent side to get you over the
Does Amari Cooper show up?
Amari Cooper is going to be a guy that I think they need to get the rock to and included in this offensive game plan. But defense, the gap for the Ravens was you were going to be able to put up a lot of points on them. You were going to be able to score with them. If you can't score on them, which you haven't been able to do the last 6 weeks,
Yep.
and they legitimately could just play front runner football, similarly to what the Philadelphia Eagles want to do. If the Eagles get a 10-point lead, forget it. They're just going to run the ball all night long, keep everything in front of you, and you're going to have a really hard time moving the ball against that front.
To that point, though, remember the double-digit drive? No passes,
Right.
all rushes against Pittsburgh? Any kind of that mentality in the Buffalo matchup?
Absolutely. I think they're going to go in there and try to run the ball, especially coming off of what happened last year.
Sean, D. Henry, King Henry, 24 for 199, 8.3 on the ground and a tutty, 87-yard long run against the team. Lamar was just a game manager. He's over here in Walmart just making sure they're doing their shopping and pay. 13 for 18, 156. That's so humble for Lamar. To me, does this game come down to, you sort of said it already, the Ravens play their game, which is run, lull you to sleep, time of possession, smash mouth, physical D. Do you just kind of play to not let Josh Allen make the big play? Let him chip, let him move the chains, field goals, not touchdowns, and it's a Ravens dub. Like, what is the ingredient? Because 35-10, round one, but it was in Baltimore.
The ingredient is keeping them out of 3rd and 4th and short.
Baltimore's offense.
Buffalo's offense. Because if it's anytime it's Josh Allen is so dynamic that anytime it's 3rd or 4th and short, the whole playbook is open.
Right.
You got guys streaking behind in the back, and the reason he was able to make that happen is because he was standing there running around behind the line of scrimmage. It opens up the whole playbook. Now, if it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, that's when my chips are gonna be on the Ravens side instead of Josh Allen's side, because they have the horses, guys like Kyle Hamilton that could deal and even match the physicality, Roquan Smith, of Josh Allen. So I like Baltimore to go into Buffalo, get the win, and to skip ahead here.
No, go ahead. Give it to me. Give your AFC take.
My AFC
Fresh
take
squeeze.
is that Josh Allen struggles a bit in this game, has 2+ turnovers. Whether that be an interception and a fumble, 2 interceptions, two strip fumbles, whatever. Josh is going to be in a situation where he needs to become Superman, and he presses, and Baltimore's able to turn him over.
Maybe last year Josh Allen showing up, 18 interceptions, 2nd in the league. Now, any psychological thought here to wrap it up? Bills are now dogs, as we mentioned, line flip. That breaks an 18 home game favorite streak. It's all about, obviously, bulletin board material in this world. Do you think these boys know they're dogs?
Yeah.
And are
they?
Does it actually give an edge?
These boys
to
know their
Buffalo?
player props. These boys know everything. Yes. Does that give an edge to
Buffalo at home?
Maybe a little bit of psychological
I think it does.
edge.
I think it absolutely does.
A little bit of.
That's a huge snub.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, hop in.
Saturday evening in Buffalo, snow, 36 degrees. Sunday, 23 degrees. Low of 10. That game is played at, 6 o'clock on Sunday night?
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. There's going to be some snow there.
High total.
Yeah.
So just I don't know if that factors into some
I think,
of
that,
those.
I think that plays more into Baltimore's hand, too.
Buffalo lives.
Lamar's
for
a
the
Florida
blizzard.
guy, but he's been in
I know.
Baltimore for a long time. Baltimore is going to run the rock over and over and over, and then if they can get out and create a lead, they're going to be able to lean on him defensively. I think Buffalo has a hard time in this
Yeah,
game.
to wrap it up, my fresh squeeze take is Derrick Henry's the baddest man on the NFL planet right now. I think he's the scariest man left in the AFC, and you can make a case outside of my guy Jaden Daniels, the biggest playmaker on the board. I mean, 199 silly. I looked it up. He's got almost 100 yards a game, 5 sample sizes, more touchdowns per game to the Chiefs' history. So he plays the Chiefs well, too. I want to see it. I think we all want to see it.
Oh, the rematch?
Kind of.
Yeah. The funny thing is,
Like, what do you think the fans want? You think the fans want Buffalo,
Yeah.
KC, or they want Baltimore?
I think it's I'll speak for myself. Flip a coin. Both games are going to be good.
Voting's closed on the MVP.
Josh
Just
Allen.
quick thought on that.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen?
Um,
Any bulletin board material there?
yeah.
Who's the MVP?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Lamar, go show him why you're the MVP.
Yep.
100%.
I think I like where your head's at because that might be Josh Allen trying to do a little too much. Well, if James Cook can't get going, I mean, they got a couple of guys. They got Ray Davis. They got Ty Johnson. They got a few backs that kind of get some shine even in the pass-catching world. The backs can't get going. I'm with you.
And when we just talk about the fundamental of it all, Baltimore gets more stops than Buffalo does against each other's offense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me Baltimore in Buffalo. But, yeah, Derrick Henry, with all the attention in the world on him in Tennessee, was still a beast. Now, you put him in a situation where they have to account for Lamar Jackson. Of course, he was always going to have a big year. Always.
Bama on Bama crime.
Yes.
Shout out Fitzpatrick. All right, that does it. Fresh Squeeze takes AFC.